What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm D.Knight, and let's play for pride.
Cause it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Yeah, it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Can't stop my hustle. No, you can't stop my shine. I ain't come to make no friends. I just came to get what's mine.
Welcome back to the Dolphins rebuild, as so far it has not gone to plan. We currently sit at 5-9 and dead last in the AFC East. But one thing that we have done very well this year is play top AFC teams, very, very tough, and have ended up just kind of beating on them and destroying them. And week 16 and 17 have two of the top 3 AFC teams. So maybe we're able to kind of sneak away with a couple wins here. We don't really have anything to play for. We're just playing for pride and, you know, maybe get a couple wins against teams that are going to be in the playoffs and making long playoff runs. We need to go out and dominate, but we did end up winning a weekly award last week, which was Christian Wilkins with his 3-tackle, 2-sack, and forced fumble performance. But as you can see, Caden Stearns was the other side with his 5 tackles, a pick, fumble recovery, and 2 touchdowns. So we had the NFC defense and the AFC defense player of the week play in the same game, which we ended up losing 26-16, and we're not very good. We just can't seem to get over the hump, but we do have a breakout player chance, and it's going to be Anthony McFarland Jr. And I mean, that guy is really good. 2+ touchdowns or 100+ yards rushing and receiving. We don't score touchdowns, so we know that that's out, but it is possible to get him 100+ all-purpose yards. It could happen. I mean, come on, we gotta have some sort of optimism going into this season. But we do have the Thursday night game at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, against a 10-3-1 and the top team in the AFC. I don't know why I'm spitting out AFC East all of a sudden. If we can get 2 wins, we can at least get to 7-9, and you know, we still can't seem to figure out how to get to 500 or even make the playoffs. But I think we're actually going to be watching the Week 17 game against the Broncos. We have Tua Tagovailoa starting for them, and I kind of want to see how he plays. It's going to be Lawrence versus Tags. That's going to be a very interesting matchup, and I mean, the Ravens have already clinched. The Broncos probably are going to clinch with just one more win, and probably like a couple of losses because they're a pretty dang good team as well. But let's end up seeing if we can get a win against the top team, the Baltimore Ravens. Really, just top team. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's like real life, isn't it? But let's see if we can end up getting a win against one of the best teams in the league. I'm just throwing up my hands and giving up as we end up tying the number 1 team in the AFC, the Ravens, 34-34. With all this offense, neither one of us could score in overtime. We got a tie, but we actually had an opportunity to win this game. We were up 14 points with 7 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Could not get it done. The Ravens ended up scoring the tying touchdown with 20 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. But what happened to our defense? This is a number 4 Raven offense, and they almost put up 600 yards on us. 600! That is nuts. 116 rushing, 459 through the air. Lamar was fantastic. Our offense actually didn't do too bad. Over 100 yards rushing, 250 passing, almost 370. So our offense was there. We had a couple of turnovers. The Ravens, their offense was just big play after big play after big play. But we end up getting the tie. And, I mean, I guess a tie is better than a loss. I mean, I really wish we had the win. But, I mean, we play these top AFC teams very, very difficult. As for the player stats, Trevor Lawrence had 275 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. AMJ, 98 all-purpose yards. He missed his breakout chance by 2 yards. Good grief, Madden. Every time. Devontae Parker, 5 catches, 134 yards, a touchdown, which was a 67-yarder. He continues to score on big, big plays. And then Jair Alexander got 2 of our interceptions, because that's what he does. Always gets interceptions. Lamar Jackson, or for the Ravens, I should say, Lamar Jackson, 476 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, and then another 60 yards rushing on the ground. He is phenomenal. He looked great. Hollywood Brown, 7 catches, 132 yards. Willie Snead had 4 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown. And then Tony Jefferson and Marlon Humphrey had a pick each. So definitely a disappointing tie, but I mean, we can't blame ourselves. They're the best team in the AFC. But now we have a home game against the Denver Broncos, who are 10-5. They have wrapped up a postseason berth, but we have yet another weekly award, and it's once again going to Jair Alexander with his 5 tackles, 2 picks. But if you look right up above that, Lamar Jackson ended up getting the top player as well. So that's back-to-back times that we have had a weekly player on both sides of the game. So interesting. I mean, I don't really know how else to explain it. But, I mean, let's jump into this game. This is our showcase game. We got Tua Tagovailoa. We also have Kirk Merritt, who may or may not play. It's kind of like 4th on their depth chart, so maybe a little bit of a revenge game there. But, I mean, I can't wait to see a Lawrence versus Tua rematch here in the pros. Even though Tua's already got a Super Bowl ring, and Lawrence can't even make the playoffs. But let's jump in. Hopefully we can get a win and finish on a high note and maybe carry the momentum into next year.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins. With that, let's get down to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. Located appropriately for his career win total at 347 Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
A good game there on first down. That run will get him 7 up to the 32-yard line. A check on Breida's numbers from last week. 14 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
The first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it's a second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. And that will be incomplete. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Defensively, we check the starters now for Denver. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
Yeah, they just held them to a field goal. So to them, that was an almost complete performance because, you know, when you really shut someone out, that's complete. But that's pretty darn good, isn't it?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
As each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. After the sack on a 2nd and 12. This is Breida on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Smith. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A 3rd down gain of 19.
Up for him.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, here's Breida. And he'll get this. Ito Smith, his first carry. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This is the tight end Fant. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll toss it to Breida. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Check down to Breida. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's got his tight end Fant. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 35. On play action, they'll throw. The throw taken in by Cole. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for 28 yards. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? He'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. Cash here should be an easy one. McCrane's kick is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in.
From the gun, Lawrence. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Broncos 3, Dolphins 0.
60 outlaw. Ready.
Throwing on first down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Now a short one to Gesicki. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Back to throw, Lawrence. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
More of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed that. Totally missed it.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Back to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over as the season winds down and you look at them in totality. You know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense and to win, pick, and run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked big play. Looking to throw. Lawrence firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Second down.
And good. And the Dolphins are going to tie the score at 3. Out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
2nd and 9 now.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That one good for 37 yards. Now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. A give to Smith out of the gun. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. He'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Smith. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. After the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. It's caught. Smith.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
McCrane's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3.
That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Get them, because free runners turn into free hitters.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. 10. Ito Smith heading back out with the rest of his offensive crew. As you see the season totals, barring a really great effort today, Charles, probably going to fall a little bit shy of 1,000, but still he's had some moments this year.
Plenty of them for him to be in this spot right now. And I don't know about you, but I'm betting that the head coach spent this entire week playing a little bit of a mind game with it.
How so?
You go by him in practice, you go by him in the locker room, and you keep muttering like, yeah, it's been a pretty darn good year. I guess not going to get to 1,000, but, you know, been a good year overall. And see if that motivation increases his production. And if you're able to do that, it increases your chances of winning.
Here's Breida. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a gain of 4, and they're going to have a 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. They'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. Well, he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the... And that is caught! Touchdown, Denver! Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and 5. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. It's hauled in by Hardy. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into our EA Sports Halftime Report. A busy final day of the regular season, so let's get to it. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was the Patriots who were able to come away with the victory. 28-10, the final. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. 24-7, the final. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Josh Allen, over 300 yards through the air with a touchdown pass as well. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe...
Use that against them and slip things in behind them, so some quick passes could work as well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done. We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. Just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now a handoff looking right. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. To throw on second down. Lawrence. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And they're staring at a fifth, barring a conversion here on third down. Back to throw. Lawrence. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Fights off the defender. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete.
Holding offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Chance, you're in range and the ball doesn't go through the post, but it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shrugs off another. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a fifth, barring a conversion here on third down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16.
Pete's under pressure.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Smith. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here.
Look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Check three.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved a first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Controlling the game, but why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The Dolphins on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Lawrence. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Denver getting set to take the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And got his man complete. 33 yards that time. Field to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Lawrence. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. On 1st down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Off the play fake, Lawrence. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Too, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 19-yard line. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Second and 4. The throw taken in by Cole. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 2nd and 6. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Over the field and getting pushed down it.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's got Smith here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
On play action, they'll throw. This is the tight end Fant. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
So you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. To throw again, Lawrence. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Back to throw. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll begin the drive with Breida. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
I got you. Switch it. Come here, switch it.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Denver. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Denver, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Miami, the loss here is their 10th of the season. And it will be a disappointing finish to the regular season, no doubt. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
And we end up going out with a whimper as we ended up losing 13-6. Our offense didn't show up. Our defense, not the greatest. Nobody scored in the second half. Not a real crazy game. Kind of thought it'd be a little bit more exciting than this. But our defense did give up 321 yards of total offense, 225 in the air, 96 on the ground. And our offense, man, dynamic. 215 total yards of offense. What in the world is going on? I really have no idea. I don't understand. 182 yards in the air, 33 on the ground. And AMJ actually wasn't running that bad. We just weren't handing it off. Don't really know. Turnover battle, we actually won 2-1. We had 2 picks to their 1, so at least we won something here in our final game. As for the players' stats, Trevor Lawrence, 190 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. It's about that time. He's going to really have to have a strong year 3 to not be considered a bust. And really, offensive stats, there wasn't any to really even talk about. So let's go to the defense. Chase Young had 1.5 sacks. Jair Alexander got another interception along with 9 tackles. Jerome Baker had a nice little deflection interception. He also had 5 tackles. On the other side for the Broncos, Tua had 254 yards in the air, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Matt Breida, 75 all-purpose yards. Noah Fant, 8 catches, 100 yards, 1 touchdown. Keep that in mind. We'll talk about a little bit more at home base about that. And then Von Miller ended up having a sack and 4 tackles, but our offensive line only gave up a sack, so I guess it wasn't too terrible. So definitely a frustrating and disappointing season for the Finns, as an 83 overall team could only win 5 games. We went 5-10-1. Now granted, we had a relatively brutal schedule. I mean, yeah, we finished second, but geez, there was just no light at the end of the tunnel whatsoever. But again, we also went 1-5 in the AFC East. That's not going to get it done. We need to be able to win in our division to even have a chance. And I mean, some really good teams. The NFC North kicked our butt for whatever reason. Just a really, really rough season. We just have a lot of questions to answer, and right now we don't have the answers. Is Trevor Lawrence going to be our franchise quarterback? Who knows? Is our offense ever going to step up? Doesn't look like it. Can our defense stop tight ends? It doesn't really look like that's going to be able to happen either. I mean, what in the world is going on? We can't win. It's just that simple. Maybe it is Coach Flores, but as you can see on the ticker, I hear the hot seat buzz. We're going to give him 1 more year. If he can't get it together, then he should not be the coach, and it's just bottom line. But I do think that we are going to fire our entire offensive coaching staff, period. They just did not play well at all. We need a scheme change. We need a new playbook. We need to find some sort of rhythm in the offense. We just weren't getting it done, period. And I mean, every time that we were scoring points, then our defense was giving up like 600 yards to Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Unbelievable. This was just an absolute rough year. Very disappointed. Not exactly sure what we need to do in the offseason to even counteract that, because I feel like an 83 overall team is a good team right now with the sliders and everything I have, but obviously it did not equate to wins. But before we end up wrapping everything up, let's take a look at the upgrades for the episode and our final draft board update. Starting the upgrades here with star wide receiver Devontae Parker, who has had a great season. We are going to go into deep threat. Doesn't quite get him up to that scheme fit, but it's well worth it, and he's a deep threat regardless. Starting left end, Chase Young will get an upgrade, and we're actually going to go into run stopper because I do believe that we are going to go left end heavy in the draft. Gets him up to an 81 overall. I mean, he's playing out of his mind. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. I love you, Chase. Keep it up, buddy. Then starter right outside linebacker Merlin Robertson. We're going to continue to go into the power rush archetype because that's really his scheme fit on that side, and he ended up getting +2 power moves, 76. Okay, so he's just 1 point away from being a real scheme fit at right outside linebacker. DJ Shark will get an upgrade as well, and we're going to continue to go into deep threat for him, get him up to a 76 overall. He's young, he's got plenty to play for. We will have to see. I'm still kind of up in the air about his production so far this year. Backup center Josh Myers will get one as well, and we're going to go into agile. It doesn't move him up an overall, but he gets closer to the scheme fit, which is exactly what we need. Backup tight end OCTAVIOUS COOLEY, we're going to go into blocking, try to get him up to a 75, but I don't think that I'm going to be reaching out and giving him a contract extension this year. And haven't called his name for a while, but Bryce Stark will get an upgrade. He's going into power rusher, 69 overall. He's almost at 70, ladies and gentlemen. And we've pretty much been following it since I think he was a 58 overall. So go ahead, Bryce Stark, you the man. Backup defensive tackle Bravion Roy, we're going to go into run stopper and same kind of thing, 75, round him out, and that's if he stays on the team +3 tackle. Pretty nice. Now let's take a look at our final draft board update, as we're going to be looking at some of our mid to late round guys that I'm interested in taking. Starting here with number 7 right end, senior ARSENIO McDonald, 6'4", 310 pounds, out of SMU. Power rusher archetype with top skills of tackle, hit power, and power moves. We're definitely looking at him probably in the early 4th round to late 3rd round, but good mid-2nd round talent. But he actually tore his ACL there in his senior year, but he was able to rack up 1.5 sacks, 34 tackles, and 8 TFLs in just 4 games. So he looks like he's pretty good, but might be slipping down boards because of that ACL. Or we could be targeting number 3 tight end senior Donald Buckley, 6'4", 259 pound, out of BYU. Blocking archetype with top skills of run block, impact block, and pass block. He's projected in the 5th round. We might be able to grab him in the early to mid 4th round with that late 1st round talent. But for being a blocking archetype last year at BYU, he had 63 catches, 666 yards, and 6 touchdowns. The man loves the number 6, but we will have to see how that translates over to the NFL level. And in the late rounds, the late rounds, the 6th or 7th, we could be targeting number 30 cornerback junior Michael Collier, 5'10", 190 pounds, out of Louisville. He fits our archetype as slot. His top skills, man coverage, catching, and play rec. The guy looked awfully good in Louisville. His talent, mid-2nd round, projected in the late 7th round, but he had 3 picks, 48 tackles, 4 TFLs, 7 pass defense, and a fumble recovery. He was on a very bad Louisville team, so maybe his draft stock slid just a little bit. I think this guy could be super talented. And that's where we have run out of time, and then when we come back, we will take a look at the season stats. We will get through the playoffs, which we're, yet again, not part of. For whatever dang reason, we can't seem to win. We cannot kick the Dolphin curse for whatever reason. It just blows my mind. And then we'll also hit the off season and see if we end up making some moves. But I'm really excited about the draft. Hopefully we're able to draft some cornerstones. And maybe I need to go out and get a quarterback. I have no idea what I'm planning on doing next episode. But thanks again for watching. And as always, stay frosty, and I'll see you in the next episode. D.Knight, out.
They thought it was a